Drinking buddies, we got the whole Heaven Hill A124 line here. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So every year they release 3 Larceny barrel proofs and 3 Elijah Craig barrel proofs, and last year they added 2 Bernheim wheat whiskeys to the mix, and I believe they're going to do the same this year. So at the beginning of each year, we get an A batch of Elijah Craig barrel proof, Larceny barrel proof, and now for the second year in a row, Bernheim. And last year, I thought the Bernheim wheat whiskey was much better than any of the Larceny barrel proofs. And of course, the Elijah Craig C923 was an absolute home run. So they did a really good job last year. In fact, some people gave a lot of attention to the Larceny barrel proofs. And while I will admit they are getting better, I'm still not a fan. They drink really youthy and really hot to me. I like these a lot more. So let's see if that's changed. Maybe the Larceny is improved. It is the highest proof of the bunch, which, oh, nope, the Bernheim is. The Larceny's is 124.2 proof. The Bernheim is 125.2, and the Elijah Craig is 119. So the Elijah Craig is the lowest proof of the bunch, which is kind of wild because it's known as being the high proof guy. Anyway, I mixed them up. I thought it'd be fun to do it blind because I have a slight apprehension towards Larceny barrel proof. I don't want that to get in the way, and let's just give honest feedback here. Which one should you buy? I mean, not everybody can buy all 3. In fact, I can't. I only bought 2 of them, and I got a sample of the 3rd. Now this is a very citrus-forward nose. This is straight up orange zest. Wow. Orange zest, lemon zest, floral. Oh, wow. Okay. Some nice oak here. The orange zest thing definitely comes through on the palate. Man, that is really orangey. Caramel, brown sugar, classic bourbon things after that. I think this is one of the bourbons, but it could be the Bernheim. Yeah. Good, whatever it is. So the Bernheim is 51% wheat, 37% corn, and 12% malted barley. So it is, barely wheat whiskey, but it's wheat whiskey. Almost went right in. Very similar nose to Glass 1, actually. Where I'm getting like the orange and lemon zest, something slightly floral, but on here I'm also getting a little peanut butter and caramel. Yeah, that one's definitely peanut buttery. Hotter. Dramatically hotter than Glass 1. Yeah, it's one of those things where that might be the Larceny. I don't know what it is, but I would guess that to be pushing 140 proof. Peanut comes through on the finish, and yeah, that's pretty good. It just drinks too hot. Now this one's a little older, a little wiser, a little oakier. A little cherry and a little bit more of that peanut thing I got on too. That one's pretty good. That's also drinking a little hot. This one's also drinking a little hot. I thought that was going to be the Elijah Craig, but I don't know what's what, to be honest. We got 3 good whiskeys here. Glass 2, I think, is a little bit hotter than the other 2, but other than that, we're getting really good flavors on all 3. I'm going to go through these one more time, and when we come back, I'll give you my final verdict on them. All right, after going through them again, the heat really dissipated on this second one. I don't think it's as hot as the other 2 now. It mellowed out dramatically, so I don't know what was going on there. This one for me, I think, is the weakest. Just going back and forth through all three. The reason I say that is this one, I really like the nose. I'm loving that like orange zest thing. And there's like a bunch of complexity here, like brown sugar, cinnamon, caramel. And then on the palate, they pretty much all go away and I just get that really strong orange zest thing. Still a good whiskey. In fact, whichever one of these is the Larceny, which I think is the second one. Whichever one of these is the Larceny is pretty good. I actually think these all might be a buy for me, especially if you don't already have one. So that's kind of a caveat when it comes to like Booker's or Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or any of these, offerings that are released, multiple times a year. You can't buy them all. You can't. Unless you're super wealthy, you can't buy them all. So if you don't already own one, just find out if it's a good batch, and you probably should buy it if you don't already own one. If you have a couple already, then you might weigh it by, well, this one's getting a little low, I'll buy another one. But all you need to know is it's a good batch. So example, last year's B batch of the Larceny, I thought was just not for me at all. So I would say that one was a pass. The B batch of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, it was good, but the A batch and the C batch were better. So the B batch for me was a pass. So that type of thing. It's helpful to see which ones are going to be recommendation to buy. And I think that all three of these are a buy for me. Very rarely will I say Larceny Barrel Proof's a buy, but whichever one it is, it's pretty darn good. This one's my favorite, Glass 3. It's just classic all around. There's like a nice tobacco and cherry thing here. Brown sugar, bourbon, vanilla, just like classic bourbon notes. It's got to be this guy. It's got to be the Elijah Craig because it's just like typical Elijah Craig flavors. But yeah, just really good. It's 119 proof. I know that's low for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but I don't care what the proof is as long as it's good whiskey. Price comes into play. Like I'm done paying over $100 for anything under 100 proof, but paying $85 for 10 plus year old, it's 10 plus, right? This is a younger one. I know that was the 10 plus year old blend. It's a pretty good deal. Yeah, this one's my favorite, second favorite, third favorite. So let's figure out what the third favorite was. That was the Larceny. I guess I am continuing to be a Larceny hater. It's still good whiskey. It just wasn't as good as the other two. I feel like the Bernheim whiskey is what I want out of Larceny Barrel Proof. So that was the Bernheim. So my favorite was the Elijah Craig, but it was close between those two. And it was crazy how much this one just needed to sit in the glass a few minutes longer, because now this thing is not hot. This thing is not too hot at all. Well, anyway, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. Make sure to hit like before you go. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Yeah, definitely consider clicking the link in the description to become a channel member. What's a channel member, you ask? Well, you pay me a couple bucks a month for some perks. Like right now, we're doing a tournament for the NCAA, and the winner gets a bottle. 2 bottles, actually. And it's completely free. It didn't charge anything for that. Just need to be a channel member to do it. We do blinds. We do all kinds of fun stuff together. We have a page where we swap samples and things like that. And it's a great community. Definitely recommend you checking it out. Anyway, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. Cheers.